Oh no, I forgot to turn on my light. What's good? What's good? Hello, 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 Kick, hello, Twitch, hello, YouTube. We are back again. And wow, with the polka dance. Let's go ahead and turn that down. What's good? Welcome on in, everybody. How you doing today, bro? Think I've converted my javelin build to yours? Really? Really? I assume you're talking about the Tyrannies one? Like, so you have a javelin build of your own that you're doing, and you like the Tyrannies? It was strong. It was super strong. Like, that was a good one. That was a good one. Obviously, I had a lot of really good gear on it, but it was good. So you're doing Javelin Smite. Got it. Ooh, ooh. Are you using Tyrannies? Because that's a lot of free flat damage. But I shifted to a spell dagger and the smite sword. Oh, interesting, interesting. Spell dagger gives flat grit. Are you talking about Dragoraths? Or just like, is there like a spell dagger like generic item in the game? Runic dagger. Oh, okay, I got you. BRB swapping to PC sounds good. How you doing, man? Welcome on in. Good morning indeed, if it is morning where you're at. If not, I mean, if you're anything like me, it's 6:04 p.m. Pacific, so. Okay, kids are in bed and on the PC. Excellent. Welcome back, bro. 9 p.m., so it will do before I know. I got it. I got you. Buffalo's finally over 60 degrees tomorrow night, so you got to go outside. Yeah, man. That's I'm glad to hear you finally got over 60. Today was a nice day out here in California. I don't know. It hasn't been super cold lately. I mean, the area I live in is normally temperate. Not too hot, not too cold. I was using Biden, but I wasn't getting the damage I needed. Dual wielding got my crit and more damage. Also, like 2 more levels of smite. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, bro. Especially if you're not doing electrify. Especially if you're not doing electrify, like that's just a lot of electrify damage that you're leaving on the table. Longest winter ever, I bet, man. Like, how cold has it been in Buffalo? I imagine it's been cold. I mean, when I think of Buffalo, New York, I think of snow. You did slam T7 lightning on your Biden? Okay. Okay. Are we talking percent damage or flat? I would imagine you're doing percent. I mean, flat works with Javelin just because the way it works with spears, but... We got so much snow this year. Worst winter I can remember besides the blizzard. Wow. Oh, it was percent damage that you slammed onto the Biden? That's good. Let me see. So the first time when I was playing it, I think I had the same reaction you did, Brow. Hold up. Let me look for Tyrannies. I was trying to go like crit. I was trying to go like crit javelin, and I found it so... Yeah, I was doing this, right? So... in terms of like flat damage, like this was nuts, man. This was a great slam. T7 flat, which if you know anything about javelin, it converts flat melee lightning damage into throwing damage at like 50%. So that's like 50 and a half flat throwing damage, which is kind of, that's actually pretty reasonable considering what a T7 throwing damage on your, on like your neck or your belt or your gloves would be. And then percent increased lightning damage, but it was just... I found that trying to do that with Tyrannies just didn't feel that good, even with the extra spell damage. When I like eventually started doing like bleed, well, when I started doing electrify, that's when Tyrannies felt good. But if you're doing like crit, yeah. Smite is your damage. I got you. Yeah, you're probably better off with your with what you're doing. Fools! Whoa, what in the actual frick is going on here? Holy, is everybody else seeing this? Holy, I can't even see. Has anybody ever gotten this before? What is going on? I have never seen this. What is happening right now? Is this supposed to be rain? Yeah, like, is this a new feature? If it is, it needs to be reversed. This happens sometimes. I have never experienced. No, it's a bug? Okay. Okay, this is a bug. I've never experienced this bug before. I like how we were just talking about Buffalo and the huge amount of snow that you've gotten, and then, hello. Reporting live from the blizzard here on the front in Terra. Visibility low. Chance of death high. At least there's loot lizards. Hey, utilize. Thank you for the follow. What is that on Kick? Utility. Thank you for the follow on Kick. Utility, thank you. You're at work right now, but you would love to connect with me on Discord. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the likes over on YouTube, guys. Yeah, this is all my fault. Hey, look, I made it out of there. What's that? I don't know, Cotel. Hey, what's good, homie? I don't know. I mean, I survived. I cleared the echo, but dang, man. Maybe you should think of a career as an LE weatherman. Live on the scene. Chance of loot lizards high. Visibility 0. Just left the snowstorm. Hey. That shit was like, I'm glad my confusion could provide laughs for you, babe. I know we got a bunch of new people. Rinda G85 is my wife, so I mean, everybody say hi to wifey in chat if you ever feel like it. Hello. Yes, Cotel, she can see your messages too. She's my mod on YouTube as well. She's talking on Twitch right now, but chance of visibility 0, chance of death high. I don't know how to talk to girls. Oh. That's all good, bro. Just, you know, stick your hands in your pockets and look super awkward. Just ask my wife. Never thought to use Tome of Elements for survivability. So, like, what I was doing before, bro, just slam T7 Smite on a 3 LP. Nice. What I was doing before, I was using Bleeding Heart, but I wanted more, so to speak. I wanted more on my amulet slot than just that. So that's how I arrived at Tome of Elements. Because my only other option would have been Burning Avarice. Yeah, it used to be a an easy 3 LP. I still got a couple from back in the day here in Legacy, but I haven't used them yet. So, I mean, Burning Avarice is an option, but I feel like Eternal Gauntlets are just way too strong. Right? Just Eternal Gauntlets, I feel like, are way too strong. But, I mean, this is a possibility as well if you want Leech. Tome served multiple things for that build. I need a source of shock. I need a source of leech. And that's it. I need a source of leech and I need a source of shock. And it has mana as an implicit, which is not too bad, but the leech and the shock were good enough for me. That way, here I could put like mana. No, I was putting Shred Lightning Resist. You're using Holy Aura. That makes sense just because, you know, it's getting changed. And like, at least like, obviously you're doing a different build, but at least the build I was playing was strong enough. I mean, obviously it shredded even faster with Volatile Reversal, but it was good. What's been my favorite build / character of the season? I assume you're talking cycle 1.1 and the refresh, or are you talking refresh only? After refresh. Okay, let me think. I've played it in refresh. And I also played it in 1.1. Bleed Hammers was very strong. It was a great build to just farm. The Master Yi builds were really fun too. Just, you know, critting the dummy for over 10 million was hilarious. They weren't as practical, you know. The Rive builds could be really fun. Like Blackblade Rive was really, it looked really cool. Like it definitely had the whole samurai vibe. Machine Gun Smite was really fun. Yeah, Machine Gun Smite was really fun, but I think that build. Oh, do I have a planner? Yeah, sure. Well, one moment, Kotel. Machine Gun Smite was really fun, but it was a build that really did well with gear. Because when I recreated it in Cycle, I was Merchant's Guild there, and I was able to get like some good pieces of gear. It was strong, but it was kind of missing that oomph. Like it was a stupid fun build when you had just overpowered gear. Like it was stupid fun in that way, but yeah, I think bleed hammers. Just the sheer amount of farm that I've done with bleed hammers. Oh, that was cycle 1. I played Divine Bolt in cycle 1. What's good, Air Dragon? All right, let's get Kotel a planner. So, Kotel, this is not my build. This is Frozen Sentinel's build. So, let me go see if I can pull up the video, because I can link you his video.
Hey, folks. Over to the left.
Here, I found it. You probably heard him talking right there. Let me share with you his video, and in his video he'll talk about it and the planner will be in there. You'll have to give what a go. The Master E build? What, or bleed hammers? Yeah, I'm gonna cycle start with it. I'm gonna see if it's still good. Basically, bleed hammers has been very strong. It wasn't my build to begin with. The original, like, so I saw it on Max Roll. The original bleed hammers he had set up on there, it was Volca. You guys know Volca, the legend. So anyway, Volca, he originally had it set up as like a ward build. Like you would convert health per second using Vessel of Strife into ward, but in cycle 1.1 he ditched that in favor of like Blood of the Exile, Valdir's Chalice, Flayer's Pride, like a couple of items I thought would have fit bleed hammers better, but I never actually did it myself. Well, he did it. He pulled the trigger on that, so I give him credit on that. And the build was strong. Build was definitely strong. I made my own adjustments to it. Like, for instance, I didn't build any critical strike avoidance into my gear. I just simply used blind. I would use blind, and then I would just stack armor and survivability, basically. It's kind of a squishy build. I needed more survivability because I was trying to push it past 1,000, which I eventually did. Yeah, it's a good build. It's strong. I used, like, he used, I think he used, what did he use in the, oh yeah, he used an Oracle's Amulet. I used a Nihilus. You're starting your elect, yeah, I mean, I'll have to go, like, obviously, I won't know if it's good until patch notes, but just based off what I've heard, it sounds like it will be better. You know, you're not going to have to take Volatile Reversal, and they're juicing the damage of everything, and Electrify has been buffed. Now, it's going to really depend on how much they've changed the skills, right? It's going to really depend on how much they've changed the passive tree and all that other stuff, but we shall see. I plan on revisiting all these builds I did in the next cycle again, just because I'd want to see if it survived, you know? I would want to see if it survived. Speaking of which, though, guys, if you're interested in what my top 5 Sentinel builds will be tomorrow morning, that video goes live. They're not necessarily going to be the top 5 builds that I think are OP. They're the top 5 Sentinel builds I want to play in Season 2. It goes live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Basically, I feel like I heard enough, and those are the builds that I want to play personally. Yeah, in the description of that video, it has a link because they're all builds that I've done. So in the description are build guides. Though, I mean, I do add the caveat, hey, you know, Sentinel's getting changed, so just beware. These are what I want to check out, not necessarily do this now. Holy smokes. And it's a good roll. Holy. Okay. That's a lot of flat damage. That is a lot of flat damage. Holy smokes. Okay. You're very welcome, Koto. I don't think I've ever found a 3 LP of that item before. Devoured Sanctum. Right. Yeah. Make a copy of it. What in the actual frick? Man, it has been a while since I've seen an item drop and then it has an exact copy. Well, it's not exact, but it's like it has the same rolls. Same base type, same rolls. That's rather interesting. At least to me it is. Oh, there we go. Let's take that. Time to go play the lottery? I mean, I guess. Oh, wait. You guys, like, who watched the short? Let's see. I don't see any rains. Yeah, we had a short go live. Well, actually, I shouldn't ask that. I make sure the shorts aren't published to your guys' feeds. Because I'm pushing shorts out every day. And they're just essentially clips, right? And I don't want to be spamming my subscribers on YouTube with notifications after notifications, but I had a short going over the last Epoch Lotto Scratcher. Yo, any rings? Any rings? Nope. Dice. Streamer client shenanigans, yeah. Oh, I got a ring right here. Oh, yeah, I don't care about this. All right, guys. Say hello to the last Epoch Lotto Scratcher. Have you guys guessed what the last Epoch Lotto Scratcher is? It's a Rune of Ascendance on a ring. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to get Red Ring. Last Epoch Lotto Scratcher, go. That didn't work. It's red. Yeah, that's true. I should have said Red Ring of Latloria. And it's gone. Oh, he's hiding. Sneaky, sneaky. All right. Can we do a Lotto Scratcher but try and get an Orion's Eye? Is that possible? Or Orion's Eye? Ow. No. I didn't really fully believe in it. There was a part of me that was just like, no, it's not gonna work. And so I didn't have faith. Okay, well, let's do it again. Here we go. We got some new Lotto Scratcher material. Go! That one is on you. I know, right? All right. Give me a Red Ring of Atlaria. Give it to me. Give it to me now. The game thought I was too disrespectful. Dude.
His despair. Oblivion burns to thee. If it changes anything, this world is all.
Feel Lapise with the raid? What? What's good, Afia? What's good, man? He's like, wait, what? I just came by. It was just saying hi. It's not like it's a common occurrence. That's true. What's good, man? How's it going? I was actually lurking in your stream while I was at work for a little bit. I was like trying to power through some dishes. You know, for those of you who don't know, I'm a cook by trade, and yeah, we gotta also wash dishes. Good old U.S. military. You're a cook, you're a dishwasher, you're everything that we need wrapped into one. Get in there and get to work. Part of the yeah. So I had you going. I had you like playing in my ears while you were you're doing some streams. I didn't say anything because I knew if I typed something in chat, you'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?" And then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?" And then I wouldn't get anything done. So. So I think Ellie. Oh, okay. Hold on. And what are you up to with the Sork now? Oh yeah. Just running around smacking stuff. So I think Ellie has the best craft in ARPGs now, and I think with season 2 it's doubled, 2 times better than now. So Ellie now blows every other ARPG out of the water when it comes to crafting twice. Better, yes. Okay, so real quick then, because I've never really gotten that far into either. How does the crafting in Path of Exile 1 compare to the crafting in Path of Exile 2? Like, I did some crafting in Path of Exile 2, and from what I've been told by others, I got super lucky. Like, I came up with some pretty good crafts. I was like, dude, look at this. There's no comparison. Oh, okay. Because, like, in Path of Exile 2, I was like, let me use some of this, and let me use some of this, and boom, look at that. Look what I came up with. And everybody's just like, that was pure luck. PoE 1, you can basically make anything if you play enough. Well, that's fair, though. I mean, especially for a game like that. PoE 2 is lottery. Understood. That. Yeah, I didn't play PoE back at the start like that. I mean, I guess I coulda. See, for the longest time, my first ARPG. Oh my God, we're gonna do it again, aren't we? They're not that good, but no. No. Well, I'm just thinking about that helmet from yesterday, and then it's like, oh, here, I got a belt to go with it. Then there's Diablo, yeah. Well, my first ARPG I ever played, I'm trying to think. It wasn't Diablo. I'm pretty sure the first ARPG I ever played, like top-down isometric, was Sacred. I mean, Gauntlet. I guess Gauntlet would count, but yours was Torchlight. That's good. Never heard of Sacred. Sacred was released in... Sacred came out in 2004. Yeah, it came out in 2004. It was good. It's also, to this day, I know there's other ones that exist, but for me, to this day, it's the only ARPG I've ever played where I could play as a dwarf. Like, it was freaking hilarious. Like 15 years ago? Dude, Afia, how old are you, man? All right, man. Like, to me, when you tell me 15 years ago, I'm thinking you were like 10. I mean, you're 35. Oh, okay. So you're only a year younger than me. Okay. Dude, you look really good, man. Dude, I thought you were like some fresh out of college student, man. Dude, wait a freaking A, man. I'm going to be 37 this year. Dude, I swear, Afia, I thought you were like 25 at most. You should see when I shake. Okay, I got you. You're 37, you're going to be 38. Oh, okay, so the 87 is the year you were born. Yeah, I'm an 88 baby. Yeah, some people will put like 87. You assume that's like the year they were born, but you never know for sure, right? Like anybody, like let's be real. Most people with the username that has 69 on it, most of the time was not born in the year 1969. I mean, let's be real. Torchlight was also fun. I couldn't get into Torchlight Infinite. I streamed Torchlight for I was trying to play through just the original Torchlight on stream. This was like Oh man, this is like 2021. I was streaming through it, yeah. I wasn't very, like, I didn't really have a schedule back then. I would just randomly boot up. Moon Blind Witch. Is Last Epoch better than Path of Exile 2? I mean, that's, I feel like I can answer that question for you, but I wouldn't be doing you a good service. For me, the answer is yes. I'm very biased. I love Last Epoch, but I also haven't played a lot of Path of Exile 2. I wanted to wait, like... Right, see, it's a very personal question. Like Path of Exile 2, I can already tell is a great game. I haven't played a lot of it, but I can already tell it's a great game, or at least it will be a great game. But right now, it's still in early access, and Last Epoch is out and about to get a massive content patch. So if you ask me what is better, I'm going with Last Epoch. I'm a Dark Souls player, and PoE 2 promised something more like Dark Souls, but it was not. Would I like Last Epoch? No, you'd probably like No Rest for the Wicked. Like, if you like Dark Souls... Well, I mean, you might like Last Epoch, but if you're looking for that Dark Souls experience, you're not going to get that out of Last Epoch. You would probably love No Rest for the Wicked. And No Rest for the Wicked is getting, from what I can tell, a good content patch later, April 30th. Yeah, dude, like, it was a cool game. The thing is, when I was streaming it, yeah, I don't know, Moonblind, like... I love it, but I'm also trying to think of somebody who's... I don't know. If I'm just solely going off the I play Dark Souls and I like that. Like, because, like, here's the thing. You could make... Last Epoch can be very difficult because the difficulty is endless, right? There's no cap on the difficulty. Yeah, like, there's no cap on the difficulty. You can push corruption endlessly. So you can push to a point where it will be too difficult, but it's not like the Darks. It's like the Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls is not difficult for that. Dark Souls has mechanics that are difficult, but once you learn them, like, what... Yeah, like, once you learn them, it's a different story. Whereas with, like, Last Epoch, it's just going to eventually become a matter of my number beats your number, thus I win, you know? Like, yeah, there is skill involved, but not as, I'm going to say, not as much as, like, Dark Souls or Elden Ring or anything. I mean, there are some builds that, you know, you got to know your combos and stuff, but... Screen clearing massive loot drops godlike power. Yeah, I agree. What makes Last Epoch different from D4 or PoE 2? Several things. Let's talk about stash tabs. So let's talk about stash tabs, all right? Look at all these stash tabs, right? These were all purchased with in-game currency. You cannot, like, purchase these stash tabs outright. You can't use real-world money to purchase stash tabs. Eventually, you can buy up to 200 stash tabs in-game. That's a small thing. I know D4, they got issues. Path of Exile, you can buy stash tabs, but it costs real world currency. I don't know how much it is. I know it's a free to play game. They got to make their money somehow. I'm not knocking on it. The player base has accepted it. You can also customize these stash tabs. You can make them different colors. You can give them symbols. You can assign affinity. Like I only want to put two-handed axes into this stash tab, and I'm going to name it Axes Are Us. That right. So now only two-handed axes of legendary quality or better will go into this stash tab if I wanted to, right? If I wanted to edit that way. So there's the stash tabs. But here's where it starts getting good, right? So look at all these skills. Let me make sure we don't have an ad playing, because that does typically happen. Twitch likes to screw me like that. Let me snooze the ads real quick. All right. So let's look at this. So if you're interested in Last Epoch, here is where one of the biggest things about the game stood out to me. All right. So look at all these skills. All these skills are pretty cool, right? Like they're all really like, look, I'm playing a mage, right? There's Lightning Blast, Fireball, Snap Freeze, Elemental Nova. They also got masteries in the game. So if you played Path of Exile, it's like Ascendancies, right? So I'm playing a mage, but I could become a sorcerer or a spellblade or a rune master, that sort of thing, right? That's cool. And when I become one of those classes, I can also I can get some of those skills. You can also dip into the other skill trees to kind of, maximize your builds. Like here's the passive trees for every class. These kind of buff you passively, but depending on your build. But let's go back to skills. So one thing you might be noticing, so look at all these skills that are available to me. I can't use them all, right? I can't use the stars. Typically, I can't use these skills either. The level 30 and up. But you also notice there's a bar up here. There's 5 skills. And if you have an astute eye, you might notice, wait, that's the same picture. That is the same picture. That is the same picture. So what's going on? Why are these 5 skills up here, but these are all the skills you have access to? It's because I've specialized into those 5 skills. And are you ready for it? Every skill has its own skill tree. Do you want to customize this Frostclaw down to the letter? Hey, do you want Frostclaw to become lightning damage? Do you want Frostclaw to become fire damage? Instead of Frostclaw, it's now Fireclaw. Hey, how do you feel about Flame Ward? Do you want it to protect you? Do you want it to give you less damage taken on hit? Hey, do you want to spec it to where it's no longer fire, but it's now cold, and whenever you get hit, you freeze everybody around you in a big giant cone of frost? What about teleport? I'm going to use teleport to whenever I teleport somewhere, boom, my next spell I can cast for free. It adds a cooldown to it, but hey, I'm able to take a little extra cooldown recovery in some various places. I'm able to, whenever I use teleport, I now gain haste because I specialize in the teleport. With focus, I can use focus to gain back mana. You know what? I expect it to also give me back more mana. And, so on and so forth. Skill trees are huge. That's like cream of the crop. The crafting in this game, let's take these pair of gloves, for instance. Every pair of gloves has 2 prefixes and 2 suffixes, right? And there's more you can do with it, but you can pick up these shards, right? And then you can customize gear. Let's just... Thank you for the 10,000 bits. You are very welcome, Moonblind. I'm excited to try Last Epoch now to figure out what to play. Okay. Dang. Yeah. Thank you so much for the 10,000 bits, Moonblind. Holy moly. It's there's a lot. It's hard. You got to figure out. There's 5 base classes, and here's a good thing though, Moonblind. I think this is a really good change coming to the game, right? So remember how I was explaining the masteries? Let's make sure there isn't an ad playing. Hold up, there might be an ad getting ready to play. Okay, ads aren't playing yet. I'm trying to be cognizant of that. So you know, remember how I said there's 5 classes and 3 masteries per class? Well, one thing you couldn't do before was respec your mastery. So like, let's say like I'm playing a mage and I've spec'd into a sorcerer. It used to be, well, hey, there you go. You're now a sorcerer. You want to change that? You got to make a new character. Well, for some people, that's like, they just don't have a lot of time and they start playing a mastery a little bit more and realize this isn't for them, but they got to replay an extra, 2 or 3 hours or whatever to get back to where they are. And for them, that's just not like, there's time constraints. For me, it's like, whatever. Okay, cool. I roll a new character, but they are changing on that. They're allowing you to respec your mastery. And I think that'll be great. So, I mean, obviously you can't completely change your character into a whole class entirely, but feel comfortable in knowing that if you want to play as a mage, you don't have to worry about, oh, should I choose Rune Master? Should I choose Sorcerer? Should I choose Spellblade? You could try it out. If you're not liking it, change it up later on. There's so much coming into the game, Moonblind. I could probably talk to you for a solid 2 hours. Especially if I got Afia and Brow here, just like dumping on there, right? Just absolutely just adding to it. I don't want to just shovel so much onto you that by the time you play the game, it's like, just have some fun, man. There's going to be a lot of good things coming with this new patch that's coming out, and just have some fun. I look forward to seeing you in the game, Moonblind, and thank you so much for the bits. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying not to just be like, because I'm starting to do the, you know how somebody gets interested in something and then you're so excited, you just begin telling them all about it and all the things they need to do. And, an hour later, finally they're like, thanks. I'm good now, But yeah, like I realized I was starting to do that. I'm like, oh yeah, we got the stash tabs, we got the corruption, we got the... It sounds like I've said enough. Moonblind. Much appreciated. Much love. Just play hardcore. Just play hardcore. Or play Uber Abra.
My shadow will cover this world once more. That's it. This despair. Oblivion.
Oh, Jason, did I give you a shout out? Apologies. Jason K. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This world is already dead.
Oh, no, don't do that. Veteran Boots Challenge Run. No, I haven't played those, bro. I played Grim Dawn. I streamed it here on the channel after I think the title was Last Epoch Player Plays Grim Dawn. They have sort buttons. That's why they're goated. Because they have sort buttons. Freaking proud, man. I mean, like on one hand, okay. They're really, okay. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong and feeling some type of way about Path of Exile 2 not having sort buttons, but if that was the whole bit, look at these goated action RPGs. Want to know why? They have a sort button. They're pixel graphics with a super low budget, dude. Like, I mean, I grew up with Super Nintendo. This guy. Okay. Look at a D4. And what about Diablo 2? Did Diablo 2 have a sort button? Actually, I think it might have had a sort button, right? Diablo 2? Sort button? Oh, Fia. D2 is ancient. I mean, an oldie but a goodie, bro. An oldie but a goodie, man. That game is impactful. I'm buying a car without cup holders. When I mention... Wait. When I mention Diablo 2, I'm talking about buying a car without cup holders? Come on. I mean, yeah, like there are some outdated systems, like the whole sprint system I thought was... Because it felt like the whole thing with the sprint system and Diablo 2 was like trying to get out of it, right? Well, like, man, I just want to play D4... I just went to play D4 and was banging my head against the wall. Wait, what happened, Krish? Why were you banging your head against the wall? felt trapped. Just saying, we have evolved. We have things now that are better quality of life, and the only reason they didn't exist before was nobody thought of it. That's true. Or it was too hard to implement. Okay, I mean, I should like how much of this? Holy moly! I have been blasting this web. I guess we can keep going. It is so. This build is fast. Oh, look at that. Bike is now a Sorc main? I know, right? What's good, Niche? That's what I'm talking about. So what do you guys do today? Did you guys have a good day today? What you got? What were you guys up to? Wait, you had to stop a DDoS attack on your entire company network? No big deal? God. I mean, does that happen often? I mean, you are kind of acting nonchalant about it. No, it was a bad time.
This hate, this despair, oblivion burns.
Hey, what about you, Air Dragon? You have any more crazies call in today?
This world burns. Do you deny it? Do you think my defeat changes anything? This world is all dead. Not for a dead world. Pathetic.
Oh, Bike, we have a deadline for a benefit coming in the next 2 weeks. Lots of crazies. I got you. I got you. Time to increase corruption. Let's give it a shot. Corruption go boom, and then yeah. Why am I Frostclaw Sorcerer? Because I'm stacking mana, and there's a node in the Sorcerer tree where if you cast, you get benefits for having, you know, spells deal 1% more damage per 2 mana costs up to 50% more, right? So you do more spell damage being a Sorcerer. This node right over here, only available to sorcerers. Arcane Current, lightning damage to shocked enemies, 5% more damage, and then Spark Charge, chance with 40 mana cost skill or higher, 100% chance. So when you're using something like the Fragment of the Enigma and you're getting all this flat lightning damage for Spark Charges, and you're getting guaranteed spark charges because our Frostclaw costs over 40 mana, it can go pretty well. Hey, what's good, Chris, over on YouTube? Yeah, this dude bitch slapped me into yesterday. Yeah, I feel like Rune Master caught so many nerfs. Like, Sorcerer is the mage class now. But watch, it'll become Spellblade. I somehow survived that. Yeah, this is not my build. I mean, I think it's pretty apparent. Anybody who's been here before knows I'm a Sentinel nut job. So when you see me playing something like Sorcerer and I'm doing 700 plus corruption, it's probably not my build. Yeah, like what kind of, like, I need some more armor. Well, this doesn't count, but I mean, this is obviously us just... Obviously, I'm just hosing this guy down, but... That's a lot of mana regen. Wait, it's only 18.8? Oh, right, because of the belt. Let's put that back on. There we go. That's why. Because I wasn't able, unfortunately, to get mana regen on it. That's fine. I barely run into being below 400 mana. 716 corruption. Oh, what have I done? I still love how PoE 2 decided to change their release date to the same week as LE. Well, did they change it or what? Like, I know everybody was saying it was supposed to be coming out like mid-April, but that wasn't like, it wasn't announced yet, right? It's not like they announced, hey guys, coming out April. They had had they announced March 26th? What? That was announced. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Like, I've been told that it was coming out and it hadn't been announced yet, but everybody was saying either last week of March or middle of April. It might. Like, obviously, I'm super biased, guys. I'm a Last Epoch creator. So, of course, I'm rooting for Last Epoch. But just from a, how do we say, just from a logical point of view, it might be rough for Last Epoch, but the ire of the player, like, if you read these YouTube comments, there's a lot of upset players who are all planning on playing Last Epoch, then some Path of Exile, or some Path of Exile first, then some Last Epoch. Now you're forcing them to choose. Well, guess what? Path of Exile 2 is in early access. Last Epoch has been out and is getting a substantial, massive content patch. The main concern here are the content creators. I've been thinking about this. Honestly, for somebody like me, this actually might be a good thing for me, right? I'm a bit smaller, but I am a pure Last Epoch content creator. So the first 2 days, guess what? I mean, I'll have some of you diehards here in the chat, but I mean, I'm probably going to be pretty buried. And then Path of Exile 2 comes out. Guess what? All those Path of Exile content creators go over there. You're going to have a bunch of upset players who are probably still going to be playing Last Epoch. And guess who's still going to be streaming Last Epoch? So for me, if they keep their date, it would be good for me. But if EHG changes, I mean, I would understand. It would suck for me because I can't change it, right? So if they move the date, well, guess what? I'm still taking that week off, and it just means, who knows? Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, so hopefully they don't change, but if they do, yeah. Yeah, I got. Hey, what's up, Salty? I mean, if they push it earlier, I mean, good for EHG. I think that move would also upset a lot of players because, I mean, let's face it, the average action RPG enjoyer is probably an adult now with, you know, lives, commitments, and they were probably planning on taking some time off for it. Not everybody, but they were probably planning on taking some time off for it. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, wait, what? Like, I can't change it. So if it, like, here's the thing. So if they change it and they push it earlier,
Hello, traveler.
I'm not going to really, like, I might be able to call in sick or something day of launch and play one full day of blasting. But then the next 2 days, one of my guys is gone. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm not going to keep calling in sick. I'm an adult with responsibilities. So I'm going to be missing out on those days. I'll stream in the evenings, but I'll be missing out on those days. Then on Saturday, March 29th, my brother and I have tickets to a concert. So guess what? I got commitments there. Bought and paid for. I'm not wasting them. Then Sunday, I could stream. Monday, I could stream. So that would work, right? I already have Monday off because I requested the week off starting Monday, March 31st. April 1st, my wife and I are going to be out of town. We get back later that night, but my wife and I are going to be out of town because our wedding anniversary is on April 3rd. We both decided to go do something for our wedding anniversary on April 1st. That way I could be back here on April 2nd to start Last Epoch, assuming that everything goes to plan, and blast it for a week straight. So no, they haven't said anything, Salty. Yeah. My wife fully supports it, right? She fully supports it. We decided let's go celebrate earlier, right? Yeah, I know, right? Dating your wife on April Fool's. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anything either. Honestly, if they make an announcement on that, they would probably wait till tomorrow, right? Because what's happening tomorrow, that I'm sure Gazzy's going to ask. So, tomorrow, they might ask the question. Yeah, I'm sure those questions will pop up. Are you going to change? Are you going to delay? Here's the thing, like, EHG might just be tired of being pushed around, guys. Like, to be honest, like, they might just be tired of being pushed around. Like, how many times have they delayed or changed their date because Path of Exile was doing something? And now they set something in stone, and then Path of Exile pulls this move, right? I'm sure. But, like, right now, you have a lot of players.
Do not dwell on regrets.
that are, you know, they're upset and they're going to be playing Last Epoch. It's just at the same time, I'm sure they're expecting to have a lot of content creators streaming Last Epoch. And I mean, okay, so also think about this, all right? Last Epoch is not on console. Path of Exile 2 is on console, right? So I know people were saying, well, Path of Exile 2 people should just, like, if you're a content creator, just play Last Epoch as a sign of protest and then go stream Path of Exile when you're ready. I'm sorry. They unfortunately, they can't do that, you know? Half their player base is on console now. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what the numbers are, but you can have people who couldn't play Last Epoch anyway because they're on console. And I mean, this is like one of those industries. You got to like jump on that momentum. Oh yeah, everybody would benefit. It's viewer suicide if they hold to the date. Yeah, that's the thing, Cobra. It might be viewer suicide. I mean, there's still going to be people, like, there's going to be Aaron Action RPG, there's going to be Dreadful, there's going to be me, there's going to be Perry the Pig, there's going to be, like, Last Epoch content creators. The thing is, Last Epoch has very few, like, constant content creators. Very few. Obviously, like, I'm somebody who streams the game often, but also, like, I work full-time, right? I work full-time. When I'm streaming the game is here in the evenings. I stream the game here in the evenings with you guys. I'm not streaming all day, every day with my, you know, finger on the pulse of Last Epoch. I do what I can. We don't really have any of those people, unfortunately, because, I mean, sorry. It's been super difficult to... Well, EHG's made it super difficult to stream Last Epoch as a full-time living. Like, games like this need constant, you know, 3 to 4 month updates to keep those kind of people in the fold. Aaron is contracted? Wait. Do we know if Aaron has a contract with L? I don't think he's a Last Epoch. Well, he's not an employee. Like, does Aaron have a contract with EHG? No, I didn't think so. I mean, I know I don't have a contract. Unless you count NDAs, I don't like, if that's the case, there's a number of people who have contracts, but I think the contract Salty's talking about is like an obligation to stream the game. Right. Alright, Steel Mage is one PoE streamer that already confirmed he'll be skipping PoE 2 launch. Okay. Like a Twitch partner? Or think we'll have plenty of content crafting. Yeah, mad respect, Steel Mage. Yeah, you know what? That takes a lot of guts. So, like, mad respect. Where's Steel Mage right now? Is he streaming? Yeah, I dropped him a follow. Hey, what's good, iFlip? Yeah, I respect that. Hey, what's good, Mahogany? What is the best class to play? Currently? Falconer. Yeah, I mean, I could tell you, I could tell you Sentinel, but that's a lie. It's my favorite class, but it's a lie. I would be misleading you so much. I would be putting a blindfold on you, Mahogany, telling you Sentinel is currently the best class in last Epoch. Oh man, that would be like, bro, that yeah, no. I would say Rogue, more specifically Falconer. Forge card. Okay, but we're starting to get classes and we're starting to get masteries mixed up. Obviously, I did that when you said what's the best class, and I said I said Falconer. My bad. Yeah, I mean when we start talking about masteries, sure. That's a different discussion. I say the best class, best mastery is probably Falconer. Followed by either Warlock or Sorcerer. They would be, you know, second and third and second, that sort of thing. I think those would be like your 3 S tier masteries. After that, it's just kind of a matter of preference. You know, I feel like Sorcerer, Falconer, and Warlock are kind of the outliers. Really depends on what we're talking about. I suppose you're true. But, I mean, I feel like the context is implied. Because what can we currently do? What is the main source of content? I mean, you can be cheeky and say the arena, but, I mean, let's be real. The main source of content right now is corruption. You know what? Even then, like, what are you trying to do in corruption? Are you trying to farm 1,000 corruption the fastest? If that's the case, I don't know who would be the best. Warlock might be better than Falconer because it has better... Well, sure, but what are we talking? Are we talking 30,000 corruption here? I really... Which class to speedrun Aberoth? I think... I know that this build that I'm playing right now, I'm playing a variation of it, but if you use Frozen Sentinels like build and you follow it to the letter, he killed Aberoth in 5 seconds. Like it's incredibly quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the clip. All right. Let me see if I can pull up the clip. Hold on. Let's turn on all right, let's, you know, my face is going to be in it. All right. So here he is. He's talking about the build. He's preparing himself, right? He's going over the different things. Let's see. When does the fight start? All right. Aberoth's walking down. This is Frozen Sentinel. This is not me. This is Frozen Sentinel. All right. Here we go. And... dead. Literally spent more time walking down the steps. Yeah, I guess that's a better question. There's just like, yeah, Mahogany, those questions that you are asking are kind of open-ended. Oh, thank you so much for the likes over on YouTube, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I want to say fastest to get to. Oh. Dread's done a bunch of. Dread's done a bunch of like 0 to hero builds. Like I think he said he said it wasn't to get to Aberoth. It was the fastest to kill the final Harbinger. Right. I'm misspeaking here. Yes, you are correct, Afia. Hey, what up, Jesus? Wait, is that Cold Brew? Cold Brew, did you change your name? I gotta see now, alright? Because OBS doesn't tell me if this is your first time in chat. Oh, it is your first time in chat. Never mind, sorry. Yo, what's good? What's good? Magic the Gathering Jesus, bro. Just playing LE to finish the story. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Jesus. Oh, this is the build you're working towards? Yeah, so this is my first time playing, well, not necessarily today. Like, I've been playing this for a couple days, but, I had a lot of gear. I had a lot of gear sitting in my stash. The Titan Foot combo? Are you talking Titan Heart and Foot of the Mountain? That's a great item name. Titan Foot. What's this wand doing that's better than Mad Alchemist Ladle? So it gives you 3% increased spell damage per 1% increased movement speed, right? So these are increased nodes versus what Mad Alchemist Ladle does, which gives you more damage. But you can gain a lot of increased speed. So 35% increased speed, chance to gain haste, which is a damage boost. So you can gain Chrono Warp, 35% movement speed. You can use Blood of the Exile, which gives you 30% movement speed, plus anywhere from 8 to 10 movement speed on the implicit. And then you can slam it with up to T7 movement speed. And it gives you a lot of flat spell damage on Raw Warp. It gives you mana, which scales you as well. I think it's just a great all-around thing. I mean, you could definitely use Mad Alchemist. No, this actually, in the end, gives you more damage as well. Here. If you are interested, my good kind sir, this isn't my build. This is not my build. This is Frozen Sentinel's build. He breaks it way down if you're interested. Why he thinks Ron Warp is better than... like in the build, he breaks down why he thinks Ron Warp is best in slot. Actually, I think I do have some prophecies here, so I'm going to turn that off. Catch you later, Fia. Thanks for being here, and thank you for the raid. You clicked it on the first one in LE Tools. Yeah, so this is still relevant, but I don't know who's done Frostclaw builds since Frozen Sentinel did his. All right. Check something real quick. Thank you so much for the likes over on YouTube, guys. All right. Looks like a good time. All right. On some bosses, do you have to be cautious about life, or can the build face tank? The build can face tank to a point. Like, you generate a lot of ward. It really depends on how much armor you have, right? So I got an okay amount of armor, but if you can get up to around 4,000 armor with the amount of ward you're generating, you can definitely face tank some more. It has a lot of nice little built-in damage reductions. And I'm playing more of a defensive style. You could do way more damage. You can use Static Orb. You can use Arcane Ascendance. I'm being rather conservative so to speak. There's a lot more damage you can do with this setup, but I'm just speeding through monoliths. Hey, Colonel? Hey, what's good, Colonel? What are you up to, man? Yeah, this build is a lot different than Wraith Lord. How are you these days? I'm well, trying to get a new computer tomorrow so I can get back into gaming. Oh, that sounds good, Colonel. How you doing these days, man? How are you doing these days? Are you home right now, Colonel? Are you, is wife taking good care of you? This build is definitely a lot different, yeah. Oh, yeah, let me see. Is there any, you're home now after some more medical treatments. You've been home for a month. Oh, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that, man. It's good to see you. It's good to see you in the chat, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better and that you're getting back into some gaming. You lost 67 pounds, man, dude. That's insane. I mean, like, is that, like, a good you lost 67 pounds? Or, like, you're on the road to recovery now? There we go. We got 1% more. Oh. Man, we're going to be going through these like candy. Has the game changed much? Anything waiting for new season, needs and treatments, low led to loss was a side effect. One from 270 yesterday, weighing about 203. So good weight for your height at 6'2". Oh, okay, okay, I understand. I understand. The game has changed quite a bit. I don't know when the last time you played, Colonel, but I remember you would stop by my stream like while the game was still in beta, right? Like there was even that one stream where you like jumped on, feels like so long ago, but where you jumped on and we played with like we got a whole group of us going. And you were playing, I don't remember who else was in there, but I think that was all in beta. So if you haven't played since beta, the game has changed a decent amount. Item factions in the game, Harbingers, Aberoth. It's been a long time since any major content update, though. So that's why everybody's highly anticipating the next content drop. Harbingers was in Prophecies at level 10. Huh? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Give me a Red Ring of Atlaria. Oh. Didn't work. Oh, what am I doing? It was red again, just the wrong. But this time I said Red Ring of Atlaria. Oh. Oh, okay. I got it. So you played Circle of Fortune, you got that to rank 10. Okay, now I understand. You saw that the new patch is coming out around the same time Path of Exile 2 is coming out. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Just because last Epoch announced the release of season 2 like on January 31st, right? Like this was a while ago. They were giving people time to plan. And then all of a sudden, with, I mean, how much time we got? We got less than a month. We got like what, 3 weeks? Well, let's look at the calendar here. All right, let's look at the calendar. Yeah, sure. Let's go dark. Oh, I like that better. Yeah. So, what do we got? So here's Thursday the 13th. So yeah. So they announced this on Tuesday the 11th. Thereabouts. I think that's when this started. So on Tuesday the 11th. Yeah. So just over 3 weeks to go for them. We're less than 3 weeks out from season 2 launching, assuming everything stays to plan. So yeah, so last Epoch gave us 2 months notice, and Path of Exile, apparently they had announced March 26th, and now it got pushed back to April 4th within the same week. This has upset a number of people. I mean, I think it's unfortunate, but I mean, here's the thing. Path of Exile 2 is still in early access. Last Epoch is a full-blown. They're already fully released, and they're releasing a lot of substantial content. The main thing I think this affects are the content creators, because, I mean, come on, if Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2 was one of your main games, you're going to feel pretty obligated to play this. Not to mention, like, not everybody can play Last Epoch. Path of Exile 2 is on consoles. Last Epoch is not. So you're going to have people who, you're not going to appeal to everybody if you keep playing the Last Epoch. But if you play Path of Exile 2 with a new content update, you're going to potentially have a much wider audience. So... Right. So everybody sees this like it has not earned them a lot of goodwill. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, from the way I could see it, EHG has a very tough decision to make. Do you maintain the release date and then clash directly with Path of Exile 2, knowing that you will be losing a fair amount of content creators after just 2 days to go play Path of Exile? Like, there's hardcore LE people like myself, right? But I mean, I don't have a massive audience. and there's a lot of people who are saying they're going to be playing Last Epoch. So, like, they're all like, dude, this is an early access game. This is a game getting a substantial release. We want to play Last Epoch. So, I mean, this could be a chance for Last Epoch to just be like, you know what? We're going to stand on our own 2 feet right now. We're going to see what we got. People in the chat earlier were saying that Steel Mage looked like he was a really big time Path of Exile player. He said he's playing Last Epoch. He said Path of Exile can wait. Yeah, because if EHG moves it up, if EHG, like, because I don't think delaying is a possibility for Last Epoch. Just, you know, Twitch drops and everything. He's legit. Yeah, I feel like when you guys said the name, I knew I had heard it. I'm not very familiar with this content, but I had heard the name Steel Mage. Like, it's like that. Like, I heard of it. In defense of the timing, you're not sure GGG is doing it on purpose. really, like Air Dragon, you are the first person I've heard, and I know you're a big time, like you like both Path of Exile and Last Epoch. You're the first person to say you don't think this is on purpose. Because they can make it like if this wasn't on purpose and this was a whoopsie, like they've heard enough of from their content creators. They've heard enough from everybody to have been like, oh, frick, this is going to cause, possible damage. We should delay a week. No, they just seem to be like, whatever. Either way, the streamers. Okay, so Maurik, it makes sense. I think they had to delay 2 weeks due to internal stuff. So Maurik, from what you're saying, is it's not intentional. They had to delay, and they couldn't delay anymore. It was supposed to be out next week. So you're saying they had to delay and they could not delay anymore. And so they're picking the lesser of two evils, competing with Last Epoch. Cause like when I first heard it, I'm like, man, that sucks. But at the same time, like, you got an early access game going toe to toe with Last Epoch, which has generated a lot of interest. This is gonna hurt for people to hear, but GGG. I mean, I'm actually. I do find this interesting, like, because everybody else has been like, GGG sucks. They're the bad guys. Roughly 1 month from this post. So, Niche, I don't know if you said what you think they should do. Like, Niche, what do you think EHG should do? Should they keep this? Should they keep the release date? Should they delay it, or should they release it earlier? Stick with the date. I mean, it would help me out. It would help me. Like, that would be literally the best thing for me. That would be literally the best thing for me. Oh my gosh. I think I explained it like less than an hour ago. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I guess they could do that, but I would like them to release it on Wednesday, like on April 2nd. Yeah. You hate the snake boss? Yeah, he sucks. Stick to the date. I've been very critical. I have been very critical of EHG being too timid and not willing to stand on their own 2 feet and ruining their own credibility by constantly trying to get out of Path of Exile's way. Like, constantly. This, though, I thought, well, damn. This was the only time I would have given them a pass if they changed it. Like, I get it. They're trying to get so many things right with this release. But I think it's I think them delaying it or changing it is probably a lose situation for them. It ruins their credibility even more. I mean, I guess if they released it early, if they delayed it, I think that would be very bad. A delay, I think, would be bad. Extremely bad. If they released it earlier, I think that would still be bad because I was talking about it earlier. Like, your average action RPG enjoyer is probably somewhere around my age, right? Give or take a few years. I already told you guys I'm going to be turning 37 this year. So give or take a few years in either direction. You know, your average action RPG enjoyer is around there. Sure, you're going to have your, 17-year-olds who love Last Epoch, and you're also going to have your, 65-year-olds who love Last Epoch. But for the most part, they're around my age, and they're not as flexible with their time. EHG made this announcement 2 months ago, knowing full well they can generate hype and allow people to take any, time off if needed. If they were to change the date, at least for me, that would suck. Right. I would actually agree with that. I think delaying it would suck. Yeah, when I heard, no shade to Zizarin. He was being genuine there. They should delay it. I was like, no. That's even worse. Like, in my opinion, I think that's even worse. I mean, you got Diablo 4's next season coming out. You got, whatchamacallit? You got No Rest for the Wicked doing their own sort of Last Epoch thing by releasing just this huge content patch. You got Path of Exile 1 floating out there somewhere over the rainbow. Like, we don't know when, but we know it's coming. And that, yeah, I agree. There's more of a crossover with Path of Exile 1 audience than Last Epoch. They're both PC releases, right? Well, no. Path of Exile is on console. I mean, I know it's not like cross network. I don't think so. They would be cannibalizing their own launch. Like, think about it. If Path of Exile 1's next league, which it's not, but if it was coming out in April as well, dude, think of the memes. All right, guys, maybe they should do it. They should do it just for the memes, all right? April has been renamed ARPG month. All you need now is Grim Dawn to release their next expansion, and then you need Titan Quest 2 to go into open beta in April, and you're set. Oh, no, I know it's not coming out in April. I'm saying imagine the memes. I know they're not. I personally think it's coming out in June. I don't think it's coming out in May. They are not handling the two games at once thing well. Like, if GGG drops the ball with Path of Exile 2, like, if they drop the ball with this content patch, like, it goes up against Last Epoch and this content patch. I mean, I like Air Dragon said, like, this is a small patch. This isn't like, a new league or anything. But if they don't do that well, and then if they try and speed out the Path of Exile 1 next league a little too fast and it drops with a lot of issues, and then everybody looks at like what Last Epoch did, releasing a very highly polished, like, super huge patch, I mean, that's going to look very good for LE. They are targeting June. Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought June made sense. Looking good tonight, Mr. Bike. Thank you very much, Mr. Jolteon. Welcome back. But they are not evil. I don't know enough about the company. They're certainly suffering, like, if they're not evil, they're certainly suffering a massive PR image right now. Like, everybody's viewing them as Goliath. I face tank too long. Have I missed some big news? Yeah, so Jolteon, the big news came out a couple days ago. Path of Exile 2, their developer, Grinding Gear Games, also known as GGG, announced that their next content update for Path of Exile 2, which is still in early access, is coming out on April 4th. They announced that a couple days ago, so that's around 3 weeks' notice. Last Epoch, their huge, magnum opus, so to speak, at least up until this point, their next content update was announced January 31st for April 2nd. So many people see this as a, and I quote, dick move from Grinding Gear Games, end quote, thinking that they're trying to hurt the little guy. They see this very much as a David versus Goliath. What Air Dragon is doing is he's taken the position that GGG was desperate to get content out, that they were having to delay their patch, and for them, this was the lesser of two evils. Instead of delaying their patch into the middle of April, because it was supposed to come out around March 20th, that they're now, like, they would rather look like the bad guys than delay this content patch even more. So they're just like, whatever, get it out the door. April 4th it is. Yeah, but they only release on Fridays. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, I agree, but I guess, and I think they will. Ellie's just had a bad history of being a little timid when it comes to Path of Exile. So, because here's the thing, they also share a lot of overlap. A lot of creators for Last Epoch were already Path of Exile creators who migrated over. There's not a lot of like big Last Epoch only creators. I mean, you got Air and Action RPG, you got Perry the Pig, you got Dread. I'm still pretty small, but I guess I'm, I'm out there, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of dedicated Last Epoch content creators. There's a lot of dedicated Path of Exile creators who like to make content for other action RPG games and like Last Epoch, but Path of Exile is their main game. It pulls content creators away. Creators matter. Gazzy will be gone. Ziz gone. Steel Mage is staying. Karn is probably staying. Probably. Woody. Rax? Yeah, Rax already said he's splitting time, but I don't know. Like, you know, that kind of sounds like, you know, you can't serve two masters, jack of all trades. I mean, here's the thing. Rax owes no allegiance to anybody. Rax is Rax. Rax goes where he wants to go to play games. He likes to have fun. And he already knows he's going to have fun on Path of Exile 2 and Last Epoch. That's why he wants to play both. I would almost say Rax is an anomaly. Rax is an exception. Yeah, I feel like Rax is an exception to the rule. Whew. This could be a really good leveling wand. I mean, it's the lowest roll. I'm going to go to bed. Crazy prediction. GGG announces the delay on 4/3/25. EHG calls their bluff. They are not ready to deploy. GGG stating they last minute found a big bug. EHG wins. Okay. Air Dragon is throwing down the gauntlet. He is saying, actually, let me see. Okay, cool. Got it. Let's go over to Streamlabs. Oh, Streamlabs. Let's go to my dashboard. Wait, what do you mean? Cloudbot hasn't been active on Twitch. Dude, I swear, sometimes. Commands. Let's add a command. Let's do, all right. Naguk, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. All right, here we go. Let's see. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, ha ha. I should put an exclamation point chicken, you know, because that kind of sounds like a game of chicken. Yeah, it almost feels like EHG's in an impossible situation. Do you delay and then, you know, continue to prove to everybody you don't even... No, like, it's just, it's a sad thing. They just don't have enough dedicated content creators for Last Epoch. I mean, I get it. Action RPG content creators are, they're starting to become kind of like chameleons, right? Whenever another action RPG comes out, they go and play that, then they move on to the next one. I mean, it's starting to become the trend, but most of them kind of have a main game, right? Everybody kind of has that main game. Now, I'm one of those psychos who just keeps playing Last Epoch. I'll go dabble in the other ones. I would say that, like, Diablo 4 was, like, a game that I would, like, oh, okay, time to go play Diablo 4, but just... it's not as much anymore. Like, after Season 4, Season 5 was cool, but it just... I don't know, that expansion, man. That expansion, like, it was cool until I realized if you're not playing Spiritborn, whatever. Really, Malric? Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. Like Season 4, like, you can ask Air Dragon, man, it was such a vibe. Yeah, of Diablo, yeah. It was such a vibe. Like Air Dragon was here, man. I would like boot up and then I was just like, my chat was like, get me in, get me in. Like we would get Air Dragon in. Bro, we'd be doing bossing runs. We'd be like pushing the pit. Like every day we'd log on, I'd go live and somebody would be like talking in the chat like, yo, did you see? Like, Rob just pushed the pit past 150 on Barbarian. What? Hey, what's good, Double Tap? I've only heard bad things about the upcoming D4 season. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, D4 gets boring. Yeah, it does, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just like whenever I think back on, you know, fond memories of Diablo 4, it's got to be Season 4, man. And yes, I see the irony, you know. So does LE. What is LE doing, Krish? Kind of have to hop around. Oh, sure. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Krish. D4 gets boring, so does LE. Yeah, sure. I'm hoping in the next patch. At least I feel like with LE, like there's so much build diversity. It really depends though. Like if you're expecting quality builds like what I'm playing right here, there's not too many of these super fast clearing builds. But if you're fine playing any build under the sun that can complete 300 corruption, then you got a lot of options, yeah. Well, on that funny, sleepy alert time. Yeah, I mean, it's just like look at this, right? Like each skill having its own skill tree. The customization, man. All right, let me go take a look. Sometimes we'll see our, you know, friend of the channel, Comiker, just standing over here, just stripped down, butt naked. Oh, is this Comiker? Oh, this is Ragnar. Is this Comiker? No. Sometimes you'll just see Comiker over here on a character, stripped down, butt naked, nothing but skivvies, underoos. Just what's Comiker doing? They're just sitting there looking at their stash, thinking about the next build they can play. All right, man. I think that's pretty cool. All right. Like, obviously, at the same time, that's kind of disturbing. But I mean, just strips off all the gear and then it stands right there next to the stash, looking at what they could be doing, adjusting the skills. Yeah. I mean, Age of Winter mono will help with that double tap, but just because, you know, you can grab the little extra, rain rewards, but the prophecies are going to be your number one thing. I feel like Osirion's not going to be as hard to find. Depends on the kind of role. Red Rain is, yeah, a little bit harder, but the prophecies are the way to go. Essentially, if you want to go like the highest level of trying to find a rain, I suppose that timeline could give you the best odds. Depends on what kind of prophecies you pick up.
This despair, oblivion burns within you. This world earns it. Do you deny it? Do you think my defeat changes anything? This world is invisible. You will be forgotten.
Answers that question. Yeah, I got a Discord, bro. Ah. Do you ever get error blessing when respecking? Yeah, every once in a while, Angel, bro. Okay, join and add you in case you have any LE questions. Also, dank memes. This sounds good, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a Discord. It's not very large. It's not very large. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, guys. Yeah, it's kind of homey, you know. We have our little group here. You're an admin on Aaron's Discord. That means you delete bots. I'm in Circle of Fortune, Jesus. You've only banned one person? How many bots are in there? Are like in Aaron's his Discord's got to be much larger. Lots, yeah. I try to delete anyone that I'm aware of. Max tier is tier 7. We got 4,500 people in there. Yeah, we got like, 30, if that. Yeah, I'm pretty Discord illiterate, bro. Like, I don't have roles or anything like that. I just created a server. I made, here's my wife, gave her full, really? Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, and you don't see it in the... And you don't see it in the chat, yeah. Oh, hey, welcome back, Afia. Wow. Angel Bro with the gifted sub to Afia. Dude, Angel Bro, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Dude, welcome back, Afia. Welcome back. And we hit the goal. Sub goal met. Yeah, you guys were popping off yesterday. We had a whole freaking train going and everything, man. Thanks. Wait, has Curse not been online? Dude, thanks, Angel, bro. I really appreciate it, bro. Well, as far as I'm aware, if Curse is like me, right? He works full-time. Bubba, thank you for the follow. Always a pleasure. Hey, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. It looks good on stream. Yeah, that's a good build. That's a good build, man. Frozen Sentinel knows his stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much in-game. That's pretty much in-game right there. Jesus is trying to fit as many uniques into your build as possible, because they can usually bring you a lot of potential, you know? Like, it's the uniques that you can get that have high LP, so they act almost like an Exalted. Yeah, that's true. And sometimes if you're following a guide, you're not fully realizing. You're just like, well, this person put this here and this person put that there, but you're also missing like a couple. Yeah, the knowledge between when to use a unique / legendary and when to just use an Exalted, for sure. Like in this particular build, in this particular build, Frozen Sentinel was using an Orion's. Huge int, unstable. Hey, what's good, Dread? Oh, bro, like, dude, I'm telling you, man. Circle of Fortune, Legacy. I never play Sorcerer. I had a Sorcerer. I just had all this random stuff sitting in my, Dread. I mean, you probably, like, assuming you play Legacy, you probably almost got 200 stash tabs. I got like 120, right? I mean, I know those are rookie numbers. I'm trying to pump them up, but they're just slammed with all this crap that I randomly pick up. 2LP Prismatic. Yeah, I mean, I got lucky with this one. The lag is glorious. I bet, man. How you doing today? How you doing, man? I actually avoid Legacy like the plague right now personally, but that's because I'm too lazy to organize when I get a character 700 corruption on a fresh yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, what are you guys talking about? Channeled Shadow Cascade? Oh, Lord. Channeled Shadow Cascade. 4.1.0 stash management was hell on earth because I would need to hoard everything, but now the power creep for item acquisition is so far now that I can farm a good set of gear quickly. Yeah, now, and imagine what it's going to be. Like, imagine what it's going to be, Dread, in the next patch. I don't know if you saw my video, but I released a video, even with my, you know, like, understanding of crafting in the game, it's going to be absolutely cracked. Oh, you did watch it. Oh, thank you so much, Dread. Like, it's going to be cracked, man. Like you're already saying it now. You could already push 700 corruption on builds with gear that you can get in a couple days or a day, depending, you know, obviously somebody's idea of day of playing. To me, a day is actually 2.5 to 3 hours of playing, right? Everybody's day worth of play is different, but still, a day is, by all respects, pretty freaking quick, right? Depends on the build. Right. Of course. You know, we're not out here, you know, trying to play, I don't know, Forge Guard or anything. Not gonna do that on Meteor. You had several good points, man. You had several good points in that video. Dude, and like, I don't know what it is, Dread. Like, you always pick the perfect time to have a video go live, because that's usually the point at work where we're starting to hit like a little bit of downtime. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but I'm a cook, so that's usually like a transition point before we start working on the next section of the day. We got like a little bit of time to like, you know, collect our thoughts, and I'll look at my phone and it'll just be like, new video from Dreadful, and so I'll pop in an earbud and just have it playing in the background while I'm going around, you know, getting my other stuff going. So I was just sitting there listening to everything you're saying about Meteor, and I'm like, dude, this is so spot on, man. It looks so cool, and, you know, like, I've had good Meteor builds, but that's when you got, like, really good gear. It's because you sleep until 12 p.m. because you're up all night leveling bad Meteor builds. Oh, man. So what's your next build, Dread, or is that a secret? Acolyte something. Is it going to be Lich? Probably not Lich. Basic attack only. Oh, wait, that's Brow saying. I'm like, Dread, no. I don't know. Maybe it's good. We don't even know the build he's streaming. Oh. Okay, Orfeo. This is dread we're talking about. Find something you haven't built. Okay, okay. Oh, in forever. I thought he was about to... If he just said, I actually haven't played a real Rip Blood build, period, I would have been like... Wow. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. I've never played Lich. I've played a little bit of Falconer. I've never played Spellblade. That's it, yeah. A Bone Shard build? Angel Bro has gifted a sub to Dread. Dude, Angel Bro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And you gifted 3 subs. 2 of them have been tonight, man. Thank you, Angel Bro. He is worthy. One of Dread's YouTube videos got you into LE. I think the first time I heard of Last Epoch was from Zizaran. Because I was playing Diablo 4 and I was just kind of disappointed. I heard him mention Last Epoch, so I went and looked it up. And I was like, oh, this seems kind of cool. And so I streamed Baldur's Gate 3. I beat that game. And then at the beginning of September 2023, at the beginning of September 2023, I played Last Epoch once. And that was it. That was it. I was planning on going back to Diablo 4, and I was like, no, forget that game. I'm all in on Last Epoch, right? I was also a no-name streamer, so I streamed Last Epoch, and I went from having 1 viewer, my wife, to having 3 viewers. And then, like, on my second stream of Last Epoch, there was this guy named Perry the Pig who stopped by, and it was like, gave a wave. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then somebody else was like, dude, that was Perry the Pig. And I'm like, that's cool. Who's Perry the Pig? And so then they're like, dude, he like makes good content for Last Epoch. I'm like, oh, okay. Went and looked up, dropped him a sub on YouTube. I kept playing the game. I kept playing the game. And then I got monetized on Twitch because I kept playing Last Epoch. So, I mean, that was cool. And then I was sucking wind hardcore in Empowered Monoliths. And so somebody said, what are you playing? I'm like, I'm playing Warpath. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious. Hey, what up and carry on? I was playing like Warpath. They're like, yeah, your current Warpath build looks kind of rough. Here's a build guide. And so the first build guide I used was Dreads. It was like some old like .8 whatever Warpath build, but I made it work. I made it work. I actually stopped dying in empowered monoliths in whatever patch I was playing. Dude. Really? Cool. Thank you for the likes over on YouTube, guys. What? Bad. Very bad. How's Spark Charge? It's going really well. Like, this is 700 corruption. I'm sure I could push this higher. Like, I'm not following Frozen Sentinel's guide to the T, but like, I just took some stuff to just, you know, Dark Quiver needs to die. But it's just super strong, man. Oh, I was looking at chat. DQ is pretty solid on the tree, just quality of life is horrific. Someone said marksman and I got triggered. Or just get X arrows when you use it, yeah. Yeah, but in Carrion, I think Frostclaw Spark Charge is very strong. I despise using Dark Quiver, try to do a combo build. Later. How much favor do I have? Not too bad, considering. Yeah, not too bad. Right now, I pulled 4 LP Firestarter's torches out of the vault to revisit Ignite Frostclaw before Frostclaw gets dumpstered. It's something's gonna happen to it. I'm not exactly sure what, but I doubt. I doubt it's just gonna remain as is. That's why when the YouTube, like when I put out that poll and everybody said play something that's not Sentinel, I was like, aight. Well, let's do Frostclaw Sorcerer before it gets nerfed. Oh, dude, Angel Bro, thank you so much for the gifted sub, man. Everyone gets a sub. I won't be happy until your whole chat is subbed. Can everybody do me a favor? If you're not subbed, can you drop a chat? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dude, I appreciate it, Angel Bro. Thank you, man. Oh, Deej. Deej is like, hi. Nothing but growth. I appreciate it. Thank you, Angel Bro. Bro, I'm about to do something silly because of you. Uh-oh. You're welcome. -9 mana cost means it's comically sustainable. Well, if they keep Frostclaw, like if they nerf like some of the power of Frostclaw and then keep like if they nerf like the Spark Charge node, but like keep Frostclaw, like Frostclaw can like get as many hits as it can now, I could definitely see it being like a good like you said, like Ignite Frostclaw. Like it could be a good ailment procer. Any idea if Shadow Cascade gets transformed into a throw attack? No idea. Couldn't even tell what was going on. Okay, let's try that again. Splat? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the way I have this set up now, it's not like, yeah, it's not the greatest bosser. I don't have a lot of armor. They do 25% here. I'll give it one more shot. Dude, Afia, there you go, man. The Falconer God. Ah! Hey, valuable streamer. Thank you for the follow, and I will not be joining your Discord. To quote Dennis Leary, tastes instantly into a coma regarding NyQuil. Yeah, I think me and that one are not doing too well. All right, let's see what we got going on over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Rip Bozo. Ah, really, man? Like Bozo the Clown, Rip Bozo. Oh, and Carry On, thank you for the follow. Enter this code for free viewers, not you, dude. I figured that was a quote, right? Rip Bozo. Honestly, if I'm gonna, like, if I have any plans to keep pushing, like, the damage is really good for just clearing monos, but I'm probably gonna need, like, to do, like, what's that skill called? Static Orb and like Arcane Ascendance or something for bosses, because like right now, man, like I'm having troubles. You gotta crash. Hey, catch you later, bro. Yeah. It's good for bosses, and that's essentially the only time you use it. The way I got it set up right now is like it moves through it's moving through monos pretty well. Just generating mana as I go with Meteor, but obviously Meteor's not being used as any sort of damage. I'm just using it solely for mana generation. And then if I need mana back real quick, focus. Lightning Blast for boss. I think Static Orb's better for bossing, but Lightning Blast is good. All right, guys. I'm looking at the time. I got to get going. Thank you so much for the likes over on YouTube. If you're over here on Twitch, let's see who is streaming last Epoch. Let's see if we can give somebody a raid. Control Alt Dad's playing. That's it right there. Let's go ahead and send you guys towards Control Alt Dad. This dude has been blasting last Epoch, probably. Like, he's been blasting last Epoch, for sure. Later at night. Like, I've gone a little bit later than normal. So if you're over here on Twitch, I'm going to send you over towards Control Alt Dad. Hardcore player through and through. Send him our love. And I will be back again tomorrow. We'll be playing more Frostclaw, and then we'll be moving on to something else. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Good night, Hasta La Pasta. Good night. Hey, Angel Bro, thank you so much Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. Okay, if you're over here on Twitch, say hi to Control Alt Dad. Peace out. All right, in YouTube, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for being here. I am shutting things down for tonight. I will be back again tomorrow where we'll be playing some more Frostclaw. Anyway, you guys take care. Peace out.